Hello once again, guys. Welcome back to another Railroader video. This is my third video on Railroader in early access, a early access preview, which the developer so kindly gave me access to before the release on December the 15th, once again, which is early access. But we've got some good news. The guys have already been pumping out some updates. So you can see this tab over on the right here. So Alarka Industries were added, so that's a bit more of the map with engine service facilities. Added an estimated repair time, added player seats to passenger cars, so that's pretty neat. Looks like there's a cab light to the G16 now. There's also FOV controls, so a lot more controls in the settings were added. Namely the sounds. Before, I don't think there were any sounds. So you've got your main tab here now. And then you've got overall engine sound, bell. I went ahead and turned the dynamo down to 80 because it's generally always pretty loud. Pretty much in any, kind of rail sim or train sim. They're just loud in general, basically. So I turned that down to 80. We'll see how that goes. Wheels, environment, CTC, bell, all that still back up at 100. So we'll see how all that fares, of course. The clock now defaults to always on, which is nice because I had to actually hunt for that a couple of times yesterday. Let's see what else. Damage rate from curves and derailments has been reduced, I guess, a little, and the threshold for those values has been bumped. Let's see what else we got. We got LOD on passenger car seats fixed, and various other updates. So today, we are going to complete a bit more of our railroad. I think this is my save here. So we'll go ahead and fire that up. Let the world load. See how these new sounds are. Now I think we got to build our bridge over to Governor's Island, which will get us ever closer to Bryson City. Because Bryson City was a very large area on this line. And so I'm sure that's going to be an important part of the line as a whole. So all right, last we were here, we dropped these cars off. Yeah, I can hear the dynamo, but it's a little bit lower. Let's see. Can you do settings? I guess not. I should have checked this before. It'd be nice to have a settings tab within, like the escape menu, Paul's menu or whatnot. I don't know if it's in here. Let's look up here on the tab. I don't think any of this pertains to that. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, so it's the little looks like a Head and Shoulders kind of deal up here in the top right. So we'll turn the main sound up to 100. Just bump it up a little bit, because nothing is actually coming through on OBS Studio right now, so it's kind of weird as far as game sound. Like, I can barely hear it in my headphones, but all right, anyway, let's get going. So let's go ahead and boot that back off. Let's get back in our trusty Loco. Oh, we're stuck. Oh no, we're stuck. Nope. In. Why are we stuck? There we go. That was a bit scary for a minute. I think we're gonna need some coal. We're getting pretty low. And as you can see, the sight glass here is not so much for the boiler and the operation of fire per se. It's more what kind of the amount of water you've got in the tender back there. So you can just keep an eye on how much you got, because you can turn around and look at the coal and you're like, okay, I got that amount of coal, but water, you'd have to jump up here, open that cap, that whole thing. So it's nice to just have that there. All right, let's see. I think we actually have to click it, select. There we go. It is now our locomotive. All right. Yeah, so you can hear the dynamo still, but it's just not as loud, so I'm definitely all about that. Very nice. All right, so let's go ahead. Get the headlight on there. Let's go ahead and back up. Release the brakes and get moving. So we're going to have to go back to, I believe, Whittier at the current interchange to get some of these cars to bring down to the Governor's Island Bridge, which is going to be down that way, because that's actually westerly facing that way now. And I believe it said like 13 cars. It's going to be quite a bit for this thing. So I don't know, maybe thinking maybe pull out the old 10-wheeler, see how that does. We'll see. I think we'll put passenger ops on pause for now. So what I'll do is I'll just move that coach out of the way, and then we will get back down to Whittier and see about getting those cars. So I thought about it, and I'm not going to leave this car here. I'm actually going to put passengers back in it, and we're going to take it back down to Whittier because it's your company, right? You need as much money as you can get. So what do we currently have here? Our balance is 1941. So depending on how many passengers are here, obviously, we're going to need that money because we're paying for the materials to build the bridge, right, to Governor's Island and on to Bryson City, or Bryson as it was called back then. And so we're going to need a good amount of cash flow for those materials. So we need all the money we can get. Plus, we're not doing ourselves any favors leaving this car here. We got to go back to Whittier anyway. So why not get folks on board, take them down to Whittier, make a few bucks. That's the way I look at it. So let's go ahead and get up here. Make sure the handbrake is not tied on the Pullman. It is not, but I just did put it on, so we'll go ahead and remove it once again. Okay, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and connect the hoses. This one's always a bit hard to see. Oh, that was open. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh, that's right. I let it blow apart. Let's see. We're going to have an issue. I'm having a hard time grabbing that thing. There we go. All right, so it's fully open now. Let's open the locomotive side. Okay, there we go. So that was closed. Of course, the locomotive side was closed, so I think we should be okay. That was closed as well. So let's see. It said there's a passenger view for the coaches now. I'm not sure how you do that. There is the LED was updated within the coach, so the visually the inside of the coach does look a lot better. Not sure how you get not sure how you get the passenger view here. Not sure. All right, so let's go ahead and set it to Whittier Depot. So we got folks boarding. Go ahead and tick that box back off. We are going to be running backwards. Not very smart, but hey, that's the way we're going to do it. So we got, we're going to have like 30 passengers left. So yeah, I noticed in the update, in some of the patch notes, there's a passenger view. I have not figured out how to do this as of yet. Let's see. I don't think you can get in it. Oh, look at that. You can open the gates. I just realized that. Very cool. Okay. Oh boy, you can open the door. And I guess you just come over to the seat and bam. That's cool, man. This would be like the modern day Great Smoky Mountain Railroad, the historical, train line that runs up and down this area. But basically be this, they use a lot of old Pullman cars just like this. A lot of them refitted, of course, but you can just sit down and enjoy the view. We'll go ahead and open the doors for everybody just to get a nice breeze going in here. That's cool. I didn't even realize you could open those gates. So yeah, you just walk up to it, the seat being it, and you sit down, kind of like when you get in your engine. So we got no passengers waiting. Let's go ahead and take these folks on down to Whittier. And then what I'm going to do is drop them off, and I will put this coach in that little spur right next to the station. And yeah, I'll meet you back in Whittier. Alrighty, we surprisingly made it back to Whittier. It is almost 10 in the morning. We got people disembarking. We had like 40 passengers. That's at least $40, right? We made it back. Coach first, which is obviously not the traditional way you want to do things. Just to be safe. But once we get done with this, we're going to get everybody off. We're going to suspend passenger operations for the day. We're going to put this coach on the little siding of the spur over here. And we're going to run back and see if we can't get our bridge starting to get built here. So let's see. We did order... let's see. Go back through these little tutorial panes. Milestones, repair Ella Bridge. Okay, so we did order that stuff, I believe. So let's go to the I key. Curious to see what kind of money we made. There we go. $40 for 40 fares. Hey, I'll take it. If we were going to come back this way anyway, may as well bring some passengers with us, right? Okay, equipment. Let's see, milestones. Repair Ella Track and Bridge. Or LA. Somebody told me on YouTube. LA? That sounds, because if it was L, it'd be two L's. Yeah, not going to get into that again, so we'll say LA. I'll try and get used to saying that. So, cars are ordered. We are waiting for delivery. So, I think we need to sleep on it, and then they should show up at the interchange down there. So, for the time being, let's go ahead and get this thing moved over onto the track here, and then we'll go back into the yard, back by the engine house. And get our cars. Well, after we sleep, of course. All right, we've got our switch thrown. Let's go ahead and throw this thing back into that spur there. All right, so we have got that. Let's go ahead and tie this thing down. Should always throw the handbrake on to be safe. Better safe than sorry, that whole thing. But we'll go ahead and blow this one open as well. We'll go ahead and pop the coupler. We'll close the air off on the locomotive side. We'll leave it open. On the coach side, we'll go ahead and pull forward. There we go. And we'll go ahead and run on back to the engine house back there in just a moment. And we'll, I guess, sleep. Once we sleep, our cars should appear, and then we can take them on down and get that bridge built. But I'm curious to see, as in the last video, getting these freight contracts moving, what this looks like now. So here's the tank car for the heating oil. Let's see. It's still got 7,900 gallons inside of it. That's quite a bit. So yeah, it's gonna be sitting here for quite a while. Okay, that's totally fine. All right, so let's get back in the old mogul here and run back. We'll go and check on our 10-wheeler as well, because we might take that bad boy and bring our new cars and start getting that bridge built to Bryson. So let's go ahead and get on back to Whittier. All right, so we are back at the interchange, our yard down here at the engine shed. It is now morning, 6 in the a.m. And also wanted to go over a few things really briefly. So I incorrectly stated in the last video that I made about the freight contracts that you can't control the locomotive with keybinds. And my buddy Kerbo said that you could, which, by the way, if you don't know who Kerbo is, go check him out on YouTube. He does some fantastic streaming and videos of not only Railroader as well in early access, but some good Run 8 stuff. I mean, he's basically who I learned Run 8 from. So shout out to Kerbo. Thanks for the tip, man. But you can most definitely move stuff around. You can also see the controls up here. So there's a timetable, freight types, controls. And see, I never scrolled down when I was looking at this the other day, but if you scroll all the way down, you can actually see all of the controls that you can use. So we have still got our locomotive selected. I'll select it again just to make absolute certain. You can open the cylinder cocks with the K key. There you go. That actually looks pretty decent. First time I've seen that. All right, so what else do we have here? So the throttle is minus and equal. So you can actually open that little by little. I do have the brakes applied, but you can probably see the little thing down here on the HUD moving. So that's minus and equal, or dash and plus, any way you want to look at it. And then for the reverser, you've got the brackets. So right under the dash and plus are the brackets, which you can change the reverser with. So there are keys bound by default. The Loco brake, it would seem a lot of you guys that are familiar with Train Sim Classic and train brakes, I didn't mean to jump there. I guess I was super excited, hit the space bar. Are the same exact keys, I think. Let's see, let me find them here. I thought it was semicolon. Yeah, so it's semicolon and comma. So it's basically the same exact keys if you're used to, say, Train Sim Classic. You can hear the compressor running there. And then the Loco brake, that was actually a Loco brake, what y'all was doing there. Or actually, no, it's a train brake. I think I got it backwards. So yeah, that's the train brake. So it's semicolon and comma. And okay, there's the Loco brake. Okay, so the Loco brake is actually the, geez, what are the keys called? The two little arrow keys right underneath the L key on the keyboard. I'm terrible at explaining this, but what you can do is go up here and click Guide, click Controls, and it tells you what they are down here. So you do have stuff that you can use by default to control the engine. I'll probably just stick to the HUD and the actual controls in the Locomotive for now till I get more comfortable with the actual controls of the Locomotive themselves. Something else I figured out is, which I didn't know before. Let's see, let's go to our little character here. This is our dude. We'll call him Billy Bob. You got a lantern, so if you hit the L key, you got a lantern that pops up. So it does get dark out here, especially in the morning. When I set it to 6 a.m., it was pretty dark. It's, you know, the sun's risen quite a bit, but you can see some light on the ground as well. And you know, however much you move around, you can see it reflecting. So you do get a bit of light, you know, walking around if you're in a dark circumstance. So you just pop L again, and that takes that away. Something else, which I figured out by accident. We'll see if we can do it here. So, you know the Shift R thing, right? We went over it in the first video that re-rails a train. Well, you can actually pinch it, pinch bar, and move it. I think if you get on one end. So I think the mouse has got to be on the car, and then you've got to be in first person mode. And I think you can hit Shift R. Let's see. Okay, the brakes are applied, so that's a bit of an issue. Maybe I'm not doing it right here. Yeah, you can see it moving. Holy cow, look at it. Look at it. I mean, it's just barely moving. Sure, the you know, the thing's heavy as hell, but if you got like a team of a couple of people and you're stuck and you need to push something, it's Shift R, so you just keep tapping it, I think. See, look at that. Look at that. That's cool as hell. That's neat. I feel like a caveman discovering fire for the first time. Look at that. So you just keep hitting Shift R. So it's sort of just like if you're re-railing your locomotive, your cars, or whatever, something's off the track. With that, you would obviously get up to the side, and it gets it over on the track. But if you need to pinch it, just get behind it right here, and then tap Shift R as well. That is pretty cool. Something else is these fusees. We'll go over more of this later, but I think it's Shift F. Or no, Control F, sorry. And that places a fusee, so that can be an indication to others if you're playing on a multiplayer or co-op map or whatnot. You know, you got something going on down the tracks, the train needs to stop there, so on and so forth. But what that is actually for in the single-player sense is if you've got an AI train, say like a passenger train, and you need it to stop at a passenger station or just a specific destination for whatever reason, you place a fusee down and the AI train will come and stop at that fusee until you release it, from what I understand. So how do we get rid of it is the question. All right, so you basically just click it, and there we go. Now it's gone. All right, so we've got our old decapod down here. Let's go on and check on her. See how she's doing. Condition 100%. So we might have a bit of an issue though. She ain't got no coal or water in. Yeah, 0 and 0. So we're gonna have to pull it. Cause that was a head scratcher for a minute. I was like, well, the thing's, pretty much empty, void of lifeblood. How am I gonna get it over there? It took me a minute to figure it out. We're gonna have to drag it over with the mogul back there. The other thing is we got our interchange, guys. Look at that beautiful consist. 14 cars. Yes, we received 14 cars. So several types of box cars. Oh, some of these I did not even know existed within Railroader. Okay, pleasantly surprised. We got some steels, we got some woods, various sizes, coal guns, the shorties. Oh, baby, these look good. Wow, okay. Some flat cars, nice. Various types of flat cars. Okay, all right, this thing's gonna be heavy. We might need both locomotives. Maybe do a thing where, we bring both locos, right, to pull this consist. And then if we need to switch them out, we just pull one of the locomotives off and we do the switching with the other loco. So, that said, we got our work cut out for us, guys. So let's go ahead and move this Betty up under the coal chute and water tower. Handbrake's tied on. So let's go ahead and go get back in the Moog. And we're going to get some stuff done here. This one could probably use the top off as well. I wonder if we're good enough right there for the coal. Let's see. Let's find out. It's for science. Scientific purposes. Yeah, okay, we are. Good deal. So what's this thing hold? I want to say it was like 3.5 or 4 tons of coal. That's a lot when you think about it. You always read specs for locomotives and stuff like that, but just think 4 tons of coal. That's a lot. I mean, in the scope of things overall, it's not a lot for this engine. Sure, there's plenty of other, steam engines, kettles over the years that held a lot more. But it's not 4 tons. I think it's 5 tons. That's still a lot of darn coal. All right, so we'll fill her all the way up. We'll see how this car is doing. So it's got 46 tons. So that thing, I think, she'll last a while over there. So we'll go ahead and crack the lid open. I think we're good on water, but we'll go ahead and top it off anyway. Better safe than sorry. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, as they say. So we'll go ahead and wait till this coal. Holy crap, what is it, 6 tons? I was thinking it was 4 for some reason. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this thing forward a little bit and get our water situated. Actually, nope, we need to go backwards. My apologies. Okay, that ought to about do it right there. We'll get right yonder. Bring that sucker over here. Give us some water. And there's plenty of water. There was always plenty of water on hand, especially up here in these mountains, West North Carolina. The river's just flowing everywhere. These mountains just endlessly dump water over the side, through the valleys. It's pretty much non-stop. There we go. We got that. I'm also curious about running tandem. So, I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of, connected, maybe like an AI kind of deal, because it would be probably fairly difficult to, run both engines at the same time with one person, per se. Let's go ahead and run on back there and get our deca. We'll drag the deca pod up here, get her topped off. Go ahead and hop down to watch the action unfold. We just got done repairing this thing. I do not want to damage it if at all possible. Go ahead and give it a little independent. Slow her down just a hair. All right, that was a little quicker than I thought it would be, but you know, it worked. So, right. I'm not going to worry about the air for now, so we're going to leave the air bottled up on the decapod, and we'll just use the locomotive brake on the mogul. So we'll just leave everything unhooked for now. We should be good to go like that. We do want to release the handbrake, of course. Now let's go back up there and get this decapod fixed. So we'll watch her get pulled out of the shed here. A momentous. Let's see if we can actually pull it. Let's see if it lets us pull it. Probably not. We'll see. Yeah, it's not letting us do it. Was the air already bled? Was that the issue? I guess we are gonna have to hook it up. Maybe at least the hoses? Nah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it all the way here. So we'll open this. We'll open that. What am I missing? That sucker is closed. We did release the handbrake. Let's see if we can't get this thing out of here now. What the heck? Yeah, something there, right there, guys. All right, let's see. Do we have this? Set right. We got everything connected. We got air running through. Let's charge the brakes up first. Let's try that. It's almost like there's no air running between. I am a bit confused. Alright, we are forward. Super weird. What is the heck? Hold on here. So the brake shoes don't look like they're rubbing, so what the heck am I missing here? What am I missing? Am I not supposed to use this thing yet or something? Angle cock's closed back there, because this sucker just is not pulling out of here. I mean, I know there's nothing in here, but you got to think, like, when we re-railed this thing, we brought it back in this shed, no prob bob. So it was fairly simple. Train brake is cut in. Train brake is 0. It's cut in. Let's see, what about the independent? Yeah, so there's no brakes on this thing. What the heck am I doing, guys? Let's see. This thing is struggling. Maybe it's a deal where you gotta like click and select. Let's see. Maybe it's not done repairing. Maybe that's the deal. All right, condition 100%, brake line 90, cylinder 0, handbrake is released. Okay. Repair destination not set. Cell destination not set, but it is repaired, so that's fine. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why we wouldn't be able to just drag it like we did before, you know? Something very funky going on here. Alright, tell you what, let's go ahead and cut that off, because I don't want to kill the poor mogul. What the heck? Now it's like, it's got a mind of its own. Did I set it to AI by accident or something? Okay, there we go. What? Yeah, I did something. This thing's got a mind of its own. Stop ringing the bell! Why you ring the bell? Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna select this one. Let's go ahead and uncouple. We'll close this off again. I would rather just drag it, you know. I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to hook all that up, you know. Let's see. What am I not doing? All right, a little bit of juice. Let's get out of here. Okay. So we'll apply the handbrake. All right, reverse. A little bit of juice. Maybe we smacked old Decapod a little too hard there the first time, so we'll do this. A little bit slower, about 2 mph. Yeah, see? What the? It's possessed! It's alive! It's alive! Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. So we'll set it back to manual mode. That's what it was, is it was set to road, so I think it sets it to a specific way with AI and all that. So we got it back to manual mode. Let's see if we can actually pull this damn thing out of here. Oh wait, hold on. Are we good? Are we moving? Well, now we're moving. Oh wait, I had the handbrake backwards. What the heck? So it says click to apply. But it's applied right now. So is that backwards? I didn't notice that before on something else. So it's telling you to click to apply. I thought that's what I did, but it looks like it's releasing. And now it says click to released, but it would seem it's released now. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. So 30 minutes later, let's go ahead and get this thing topped up here with coal and agua. It's going to need a lot of it. Might tap quite a bit of our coal resources out. Anyway, let's watch the old Moog pull the Decadoo out of here. Looks like its headlight is on as well. And brake. All right, let's see. Let's get up on this thing. Let's see. All right, so we need to get some water in here. So brake back off. A little bit of juice. All right, independent brake on. That ought to do it, right? No. Here we go. Okay, let's move this thing over. Oh, dear Lord, I can't get up there. Come on, help me, help. Get up. There we go. Now we're back up. Okay, so it is filling. 354 currently. I wonder if we can do both. Let's try both. Because it's just going to dump it all in the cab. Yeah, it's not going to work. So you're going to have to do one at a time. That's fine. Try the old 2 birds, 1 stone deal. So we got 2 locos. And I kind of want to try putting the decapod in the lead here. Also notice just then, like the LOD on those car wheels over there. You see how they're all jaggy and crazy looking? And then if you zoom in just a hair and then look that direction, then they smooth out. That's a very close negative LOD. All right, 2,400 gallon. Thing's getting pretty close to being topped off. Never have to worry about water though, so that's nice. Let's go, 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 go. All that cool mountain water. Good for fire and engines and making moonshine in these parts, of course. Jeez, how much water does this thing hold? There it is. So $33.99. Let's get that thing out of the way. A little bit more forward. This thing looks to hold considerably more resources. All right, there we go. And it's alive just like that. So yeah, it's automatic, which I'm totally fine with, honestly. A lot of it's automatic. Who knows if they'll make things more detailed and physics based later on. You know, that's a lot more work for what's going on with the game. You know, they clearly state this is an operations based sim or a game, right? Not, you know, just driving a steam engine around. You know, you're doing work. You're turning freight out. So I personally have no problem with not sitting there, you know, twisting knobs and pulling my hair out trying to figure out what's what. Like, sure, that's fun, but I feel like that's for other sims, namely stuff like Train Sim Classic with some of the really good stuff like the Challenger, the Big Boy, the old Connie, you know, stuff like that generally. All right, we should have plenty of power now. All right. 3 tons of coal, so it actually holds less. Way less. Huh. Wait, it's still... Whatever. Okay, we're done. Yeah, so let's go ahead and reverse. What the heck? What? Sir? What in the heck? Okay, we need to turn this thing off. I have it set to manual mode. It's got no train crew. It's like it was just doing stuff on its own. What the heck, man? Alright, so this is our train. It's also set to manual mode. What in tarnation? Alright, so we probably do need to finally hook the air up here, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll open that up. And we'll open that up. Now let's see if they jive this time. Because we are going to need air for the consist back yonder, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and reverse. Brakes released. What the... Why is it going forward? It's like it's got a mind of its own. What am I doing here? It's just trying to leave. Come back. Is the reverser backwards? No. It's literally trying to just take off. Okay, hold up. What am I not understanding here? All right, we got to get this nipped in the bud. Okay, so this is my train, right? Select orders. What the? Control T, that condition. Oh my God! What the? And now it's at 71% condition again. What the hell? The thing was like, the thing was like fully fixed, and now it's 71. Oh man, we somehow damaged this thing almost a third. Holy crap! What did we do, guys? Okay. Okay. Let's customize and putting text and stuff on there. So now, since I don't have it selected, there's no operational aspect, I think. So let's see. All right. Can we please? Oh, no, 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 no. This is very confusing. Nope. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. I don't know what to do here, guys. Alright, let's uncouple. Look at it, it's like it's trying to pull. What the heck, man? I think it's something to do with this. See, this is the AI stuff where you can set it and forget it. You can set it to manual, road, yard, reverse, forward, and then it'll do that kind of stuff. Maybe let's try that and see what happens. So I got it set to reverse. It's AI mode. Now is it gonna... See, it's like it's pushing against the decapod here. So we'll do road, reverse as well at 5. Now let's see if they both play ball. But this will be a bit of a pain in the butt, trying to work both of them in such a manner. I don't know if they can be worked in tandem like this. So I'm trying to feel this out currently, obviously. We may have to run it like this, who knows, but it may not be. I'm kind of used to things like Train Sim Classic, where with a lot of engines, when you hook up to something else, it kind of multiple units automatically on its own. That may not be the case here. If you're going to do a double, triple header, pusher service, whatever, you may need somebody there, or you may need to do the automatic thing like this. So at the very least, I guess what I could do is try to take control of the mogul, right, like I've been doing, and then set the decapod on the automatic. But some weird stuff. It's like possessed. It is keeping under 5 miles an hour though, which is cool. You don't want to go too much quicker. Going back here to our consist. I'm sure the old mogul can pull this, no prob, Bob. But we'll try to get down there as quickly and smoothly as possible. And also the problem with that is we're going to use resources. So not only are we damaging the engine, I can't believe the decapod's down to 70% health again, by the way. But we're using extra resources and putting wear and tear on the stock. So we'll just see how that pans out. What the heck? Now both AI engineers say looking at another train. So I guess it's talking about that there, possibly. So, okay. Cool. All right, let's left control that. Let's select it. Orders. We'll put it back to manual. Okay, so it shouldn't do anything, you know, possession-wise. We'll set this back to manual as well. But we'll also select it. So I'm going to control select. Let's see if they play ball now. Yeah, I don't think they are, because I can see the rear units are the air still locked on. So let's see if I can just click that. Yeah, it says cylinder 72. So is there any way to release that? How can I release that? There's got to be a way you could do this, right? Here we go, bleed. Bleed! Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Huh. There's got to be a way we can do this. It's probably so simple. I just haven't seen how in the little tutorial pages. Let's release that. There we go. So that maybe that's the ticket. We just got to manually release stuff. So that being said, and possibly getting stuff working, you can see the decapod isn't doing anything. So essentially the only purpose it's serving kind of is, you know, tractive weight, maybe, you know? There we go. We got our consist. Big time in it. Okay. Well, I reckon let's get rid of the old mogul here. Let's give the Moog a rest. We'll operate the decapod, see how much different it is. So let's go ahead and push the consist back. What I'll do is just pull the decapod. Actually, we can't do that because we got some handbrakes on. Alright, so we put away the old Moog. There she is sitting in the engine shed, getting some well-deserved rest. We're going to control click this cat right here, the 10-wheeler or decapod. We got it selected. Well, hold on. Now it says the condition's 100%. Wait, maybe it's the tender. Yeah, so the condition of the tender is 70%. Why is it so damaged? What did I do to this poor thing? All right, so did I have the handbrake turned on this? I do not recall. So that is releasing it, right? I'm getting this backwards. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? So it's turning left. So I guess whatever you look at it as, that is the current state. But to me, it looks like it's saying, you know, release. All right, we'll go ahead and put that on. I don't know if any of these are not laced up. So what we'll go ahead and do is make sure all the handbrakes are released. And then we'll go check the lines. All right, that one is applied. Whoa, where's the handbrake on this sucker? It's on the back. Oh, it's up there. It is applied, so we'll go ahead and release that. Let's go ahead and hop back on this boxcar. That one is applied. We'll release it as well. That one is applied. We'll release it as well. Man, a lot of these are applied. Okay. So it seems kind of random. Some are, some aren't. Okay, it seems like all these are, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm doing it the right way, right? Is it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey? Maybe some of them are backwards? I guess we'll figure out in short order if, you know, they're not. So, anyway, all right, all the hoses seem to be good. Angle cocks are turned. Let's go ahead and start checking that before we open it up on the back end of the engine. Yeah, those look good as well. Probably easier to do this, huh? Parkour. Little railroad parkour. There we go. So those are good. Those are good. Looks like these are from the Southern Railway, which is neat. So box cars are, some of these are UP. You got Norfolk and Western. I thought I saw Seaboard Airline back there, which is cool. So I like seeing all the different, here's Reading. So I like seeing all the different road names on here, the reporting marks anyway. That's neat. Little touches like that. Feel a bit more alive, organic, and real, of course. Couple more. And we're going to get this sucker down to Ela. Or just past Ela, actually, Governor's Island. Alright, so let's go ahead and slowly open that up. We'll go ahead and do the same on the locomotive. And we'll see how this old decapod can do here. Let's tear them up. They're all purple. Why are they all purple? Why are all the dots purple? Huh? Okay, maybe. It's like they're not tied on. Is it the handbrakes? Yeah, they're all open. Let's see here. So the handbrake, this one, so that's going to the right. But see, it's not changing, so I'm talking about the purple. I'm talking about this down here. So that is released. So what the heck is going on? Both those angle cocks are turned. The coupler's on. Or connected. Not on, anyway. I would hope it's on. Yeah, those are laced up. Wait a minute. Now I'm seeing a color change in one of the cars here. What the heck? I just saw one of the cars turn orange, like it is getting there. Okay, I'm thoroughly confused here. Let's try and open this again. Yeah, so you can see a little exclamation kind of thing down there telling you that you're not laced up or connected. That goes away, and now we are. Let's go check our brake gauge. Maybe it's just taking time? I mean, it's not the longest train in the world. See, it's getting up to 90. So this is taking a little more time compared to the brakes on the Mogul. Just make sure we're cut in. Yeah, train brake is cut in. And nothing on the train brake or the Indy. Huh. Get up with the firebox. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on here, guys. Angle cocks are open. I don't know if it's reading the handbrakes. We'll undo that. Oh, you know what? It is the handbrakes. Man, the toggleable stuff on these handbrakes are throwing me off big time. It's like some of them are reversed. Or maybe I'm just losing my mind. So now it says release. So there we go. I'm releasing it and it's turning white. Now that one's releasing. So to me, so I went down the train and did this, right? You know how some of them were on and some weren't? Or so they said. But then it turned out that every single thing on this HUD down here in the bottom left is purple, meaning that they are locked and the handbrakes are tied on. So I'm a bit confused right now. So we'll release that. Maybe it's a thing where you got to fully lace up the train and then come and undo the handbrake, you know. So we'll go ahead and go down and release it all. Hopping like a bunny along the way. Happier than a pig in slop. There we go. We'll get that one released. That one as well. And just go blam. Now they're all white. Okay. So I think we're good to go now. Hopefully. Please let it be the case. Right. Tab key on. Okay, so Houston, we got some problemo. Or, yeah. So this first boxcar here is going to Stenzel Manufacturing. So yeah, I guess we're going to drop that off along the way. So that's good. So we got to run up here past the Y, and then the rest of these are going to the Ella Bridge site, or Ela. I keep messing that dang name up. Ela Bridge site. So I want to say that that's up here. So let's Control T where that is. We're currently jumping. And as you can see, very coolly, there's trees in the way, there's the river, and there's the kind of built bridge. But you're going to have to bring all your cars up here. So we're going to have to, I'm assuming, shove them up here. I mean, we obviously, you know, it's a three-phase thing. So it's not like we can come in loco first, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, we're going to see how this works out. But first things first, let's see if the old decapod can get our done. Reverses forward. A little bit of power. Oh, she trying. I don't know. There's a part of me that's making me think the handbrakes are not tied off. Maybe the decapod wanting the gal for the job. Maybe the mogul is. Maybe leave the decapod relegated to passenger operations or logging. Well, probably not. Logs are heavy. So, we're rolling now, though. Let's make sure we get everything lined. We did not have that lined up, so we put the mogul back in the shed. And we'll run on down past this Y. And we'll get this Stenzel Manufacturing boxcar, because I probably should have looked at the terms, but I didn't realize it was a daily basis. So it most definitely showed up again. So maybe that other boxcar is tapped out. We need to check and swap them out if need be. But what we can do, if that is the case, we'll just leave the empty out there in the yard near the depot, and we'll just pick it up on the way back out here. I feel like this job is gonna kill this decapod. I mean, she's working, but it's pretty flat through here. There we go. Pull that reverser back a skosh more. Watch her roll around the bend. And then we'll meet down there past the Y at Whittier Station. All right, we dropped off the car for Stenzel Manufacturing, and we're getting back on our consist, which is going over to the LA Bridge site. I think all of those are going there. So we had the one that I set out over here, which we're just going to push onto that one later, pull it out, throw it on the middle track here, and then we'll throw the full one back in there, and which, of course, the empty is going to go back to the interchange. So I think that's going to be pretty regular. So now we've got to get our hoses tied back on. Let's get the angle cock open, of course. Open that one, and I believe, there we go. You can hear the air, you can see the color. I believe I put the handbrake on one of these cars. Yes, I did. Okay. All right, good deal. So we should be good to go now. So we just got to head down to the bridge site. So let's go ahead and take a look here on the map. It's just past Ela. Let's see. And it's going to connect that bit and then take us across to Governor Island and into Bryson. So we'll hit Control T right about here once again. And see what it looks like. See what we need to do. So let's go ahead and close the map. So here's the bridge site. Very nice. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So we got to get that fixed. I don't think it's going to happen on this go-round, though, because it's going to be 3 phases. But I'm curious if there's any kind of runaround except for Ayla, which I think is where we're going to have to run around. So we're going to have to shove all these cars, which isn't out of the question. You definitely have a brakeman or something on the front. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. So we're going to have to pull them up on the main line and then run back. So we'll go ahead and throw that one. And then we'll go down here and make sure this one's straight on. Our little bunny hop for extra speed. I know you can click around the map, but I'm lazy. We do have these cars over here. We'll see how they're doing, by the way. Okay, that one's still got 28 tons, as does that one. So those will be there for a while. Using them up. All right, we'll go ahead and align that. And let's go get back on our train. Let the world load. And it's a pretty good sized chunker for this decapod, so let's get started, shall we? Oh yeah, I'd be lying if I were to say I'm not a bit worried about getting this consist down. So we got 885 ton train here. All right, we're rolling. We are rolling. A little bit more juice, do about 25%. we go. We just got to get it down the road a little bit. That is it. Nothing too crazy. I think we can handle it here. Probably should have kept the mogul for sure. How are we looking on coal and water? This thing's got a considerably smaller tender. It looks about the same. Maybe the mogul's a bit higher. Alright, now we're trucking here. This sucker feels heavy too, man. You gotta work it. And we have got to be mindful of that 30-mile-an-hour curve, which is about here. I do like the spaciousness of the Decapod cab as well. This one looks pretty darn good. You know, the Mogul looked alright. It's a good little starter engine for sure, but I definitely feel like the interior of this thing, the visual fidelity in here is a bit better. It looks very nice in here. Got your lamp for night ops, or dark. I like the color as well. It's not just bright white. See what else we can mess with here. Don't think too much more. Alright, there we go. Let's start bringing that reverser back a hair. They definitely want to keep it under 30 in about a mile. Running alongside the river now. A little bit more throttle. Throw it on 75. Bring the reverser back some more. Now we're building some speed. Throttle on 80. Pull back the J-bar a bit more. See how half does us. Yeah, this is a pretty good first test of not only my abilities, but the railroad so far as a whole, and how at least the Decapod feels with a little bit of weight behind her. Now, you don't always have to rely on your map for some of these curves and warnings. There are speed boards up here, as there would be. So we have to keep an eye out for that. We're approaching 27 miles an hour. That's just a nice little touch. By and large, you know, a lot of these locomotives did not have speedometers or any real way to gauge, pun intended, their speed. You know, they just kind of got a feel of the machinery. Alright, we'll go ahead and cut back on the throttle some here. It's about as safe as I feel at 30. A little bit more. Alright, power off. I believe it's right around this bend. Approaching 32, definitely going downhill a bit. We'll just grab a couple of pounds. Just hold her for a second. We're slowing down a hair. There's that 30 speed board. We're doing 31. We'll see if she can hang. Hopefully it's not disastrous. Let's go ahead and release that brake. Charge back up. See the car swaying. Here's some flange. There's the 30-speed board again. All right, a little bit of power back on. And Ayla should be just ahead here. There's the station board. Cruising at a cool 31 mile an hour. So some of the more disastrous grades, I don't know if I'd be able to handle this train currently with a deck pod. I don't have much faith in that, but this bit through here along the river floor for the most part, it's handling it just fine. It does take some doing though to get stopped as well as getting going. So we'll go ahead and cut the throttle. Go ahead and throw some air brake. A little bit more. It's gonna take some time to get this thing stopped. We're probably gonna have to push back. We probably have just enough space to run around the train here and shove it. All we gotta do is shove it right up around the bend there. Just past that sign, maybe a half mile. All right, let's hop out and look at our, oh, we don't wanna do that. I keep hitting the wrong dang key. Alright, shift 2. That's what I meant to do, not just 2. Alright, it looks like we have got plenty of room. So we'll go ahead and hop out. We'll just bottle the air up and throw a handbrake or two on. There we go. We'll close that in. And we'll close that in. Uncouple. We'll go run forward. That'll do it. All right, and then we'll hop on for the runaround. So I've noticed in playing now for several days, the game is relatively smooth as far as the frame rate. But there's, you know, the scenery passing you when you're looking at certain, you know, certain directions and things like that seem to skip a little. It's hard to put my finger on what exactly is going on. But I feel like I remember SimRail, which is also on Unity, kind of having the same issue, which I believe they rendered and fixed eventually. All right, go ahead and throw the Indy back on. And we'll pop that bad boy, throw it back forwards, kill the Indy, a little bit of juice, and then we'll run down here and wait. Do remember to take the handbrake off that front boxcar. There we go. We are in there. Okay. We'll hook them back up. Go ahead and open the angle cocks back. Let the air breathe back through our consist. We'll go down and throw the handbrake off. And then I believe the safest course of action will probably be to ride on top of this boxcar so we can see where's we need to go. So we'll give our pretend engineer, since I'm basically both, the go ahead. Got a little stretching out going on. There we go. Now we're rolling. I love that you can reach the switches at a pretty considerable distance. That's nice. And a little more juice. Put it on 50. A little bit more. Get over about 10 miles an hour, we'll pull back on that J-bar. Kick it up a gear, essentially. I mean, it ain't too far. It's right around this bend. Yeah, as soon as it straightens back out, that's the end of the line for now. They're going to be busy down here rebuilding this bridge. So the whole thing about this washout is fairly realistic. It was a thing that did happen. You know, the way this tutorial starts and having you setting up your company and all that good stuff. You know, it was a fairly common occurrence. You know, flooding in this general region anyway. You know, not all of them were horrible, but there were a couple of really bad ones. But the whole reason that this railroad even exists was famine. All the people that lived back in these parts in extreme southwestern North Carolina, they were cut off. There was a couple of roads, for one called I forget the name of the turnpike. Anyway, there was a turnpike that was basically the only thing, the only game in town, so to speak, that could get stuff between, you know, other states and going east and north and pretty much nothing west. And so they tried bringing produce and foods and things like that from the east, you know, the coastal plain, the Piedmont. And it took so long because, I mean, this back here is remote. I mean, hell, even today in modernity, you get down near like Robbinsville and that area, it's pretty darn remote. And so there was like one major road back then. And by the time stuff was getting here, you know, there was no railroad yet. It was sour. It was spoiled. So that was a big problem. We're having a big problem right now because we're rolling backwards. Oh, dear God. All right, reverser full forward. There we go. We getting any wheel slip? So anyway, the people of this area took it to the legislature of North Carolina and basically willed them into building a railroad, and that is what became the Western North Carolina, eventually the Southern Railway, and then now the Great Smoky Mountain Railway, which is not only a historical railroad for touristy passenger stuff, but they still serve customers as well on the line. So it's a really, really interesting area and place, and there's a ton of history in this area. Now, I think we can actually leave the cars here because I can see a yellow spot all the way down where the engine is, so we'll go ahead and throw a hard reduction on there. Pull that power off. We'll go ahead and start setting a couple of handbrakes because we are on a bit of a grade. And we'll see what starts happening. So it's already unloading. As you can see, 39.9 tons of concrete, 52.4, 29.8. So it is going down. So all we got to do is leave these suckers here, and we'll be in the clear. So let's go ahead and uncouple. We'll throw this handbrake on for good measure as well. And we'll just leave the angle cock open and let it dump. Make sure they don't go nowheres. And there we have it. We have got our bridge being built, and I am geeked. I cannot wait to get on across to Bryson City because that's a pretty good size area. That was one of the bigger yards locals would work out of. Big passenger station, and probably the biggest town aside from Murphy, and then going back towards like Silva and Dillsboro, and all the way back towards Asheville. So we'll go ahead and head on back through Ayla, and then we'll go down to where we dropped off that car, and we'll swap that out, and then we'll go back. We'll skip a day and see what's happening. All right, so we dropped off our supplies at the Bridgehead site, which is due to be built phase 1 of 3. I have no clue how long that's going to take, so I'm thinking we're going to skip a day here and then go back and check on the supplies. But we just dropped off the supplies from, I think it was Stenzel, and then we brought the empty back to the interchange. And now that it says spotted on the tag, you know it's in the correct place. So that's going to be here, and then the other railroad will come and pick it up overnight or before 6 a.m. and probably swap it out for another one. And I got paid for bringing that back and dumping the other one off, which you can see $63 and then $60 for bringing that one back to the interchange. So I think as far as jobs, we're pretty darn good with that so far. So we'll look at finances. We've got $2,089, and we've got one more thing we can do. So these milestones, kind of think of them like scenarios from your common, train sim type game. They're things to do to flesh out your railroad. Once you do everything, the world is your oyster, essentially. The entire map will be done and completed, but you don't have to do any of this. You can stay in this one small area and just build up a ton of money if you want, and just do something totally different. So it's, again, totally up to you. So I figured we got the in progress of the Ayla Trackett Bridge, so I'm thinking we'll do the diesel fueling stand because I cannot wait to get my hands on an SW1 so bad. It only costs $350. So it says install diesel fueling stand at East Whittier. So that's down in the town. Actually, no, this is East Whittier. Whittier's the town. Got that mixed up. Phase 1 of 1, so it's real quick. Status is available. Costs $350. Deliver one car to East Whittier diesel stand. These cars will be delivered to the interchange the next time the interchange is served. So we'll go ahead and click on that. $262. Oh, and it was 25% off because of our performance. 110%. We're doing really well. We've got a 50% repair speed bonus as well. So let's go ahead and move the locomotive here out of the way, because these tracks may be full up here in a minute. So we'll go ahead and get that out the way. Just hop on board here. And then we'll have a little nappy poo and we'll see what the fueling stand stuff is going to look like, and then of course see how the progress is going on the cars at the bridge. There's a lot to do, and I love it. Not to mention, we got this lumber yard over here, or the sawmill, if you will, and we got a bunch of cars sitting over there. Now, I don't think we own those cars, those skeleton cars. I think they're, probably property of the sawmill, but I want to check that out as well. So let's go ahead and park on here for the night. We get it right in between. And there we go. I think the Decapod did a pretty good Deca job. Yeah, that was bad. All right, so we'll go ahead and hit the I key, and then we'll go to employees, or is it crews? Which one is it? Equipment crews? No. Here we go. It's in settings. So time of day. It's not even 10 a.m. yet. We could do some more jobs, but I've got very little patience. So we are going to go ahead and sleep. So we got $15 for one shop worker that we obviously just paid. So let's see what all went on there in our little squiggly thingy, tab thingy. All right, sent a payment of $1 to who? Who'd that dollar go to? Paid $1 for point. Okay, that was the engineer services. Huh? Reputation has changed from 110 to 70. Oh dear. That's no bueno. I think I know why, guys. The passenger train. We neglected our passenger duties. 110 to 70. Yeah, I kind of think I know why, too. We've been so focused on the bridge and expanding the road, we're not helping our customers out. And they ain't happy. And if they ain't happy, the railroad ain't happy. All right. So we paid $15 to one shop worker, and interchange received 3 cars. Let's go ahead and get those out the way. All right, so we're hooked on, and so we've got those contracts, right? We've got the Ayla Farm Supply and Ayla General, I think, the house track. And then we've got the heating fuel and the machine manufacturing. So those are 3 that will be continuous. Now these 2 on the back, this is for the Ayla house track, and this one is as well. So those are going back down to Ayla. So I'll take those down with a passenger car. We got to get that money flowing again from the passengers. It's easy money, kind of, and I think that's probably got a big deal with what we need to do. So this thing right here is our diesel equipment. So we'll go ahead and spot this where it needs to go. So it looks like it's going to go right there. So we'll go ahead and pull forward. We'll get everything hooked up here. And then we'll just drop the other 2 cars off and put that diesel stand up there. So we'll release the HB. Where's this one's handbrake? Go ahead and release that. And that one is already released. We haven't even used the caboose yet. I feel so horrible about that, but we've been busy. Too busy. All right, so let's get going. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and run up here. We'll go up to the switch, and we'll stick those diesel fueling supplies back where they belong. It's a good thing I didn't put the mogul in the left engine bay, which is originally where I wanted to put it. So that is where that stuff is going. Let's go ahead and get our train up here. That stuff's pretty heavy, man. 242 tons with 3 cars. I mean, that last train was 14 cars, 800 something tons. That's pretty heavy. So go ahead and get her on up here. Go ahead and slow her back on down. A little bit of air brake. That ought to do it just fine. go ahead and I'll just leave the angle cock open on that, and we'll close that one off. It'll dump. There we go. Just run up here past the switch. And reverse ourselves back where this thing goes. I'm assuming this is another deal that's going to probably take a little bit of time. I don't know though, because looking at it, it says machine parts. I was thinking maybe it's a thing where you constantly got to bring the supplies there, almost like switching out a customer type of deal, but possibly not. Possibly not. Let's go ahead and hop on the back of here. Brakes off, reverse, a little bit of juice. I wonder if we'll get paid. We didn't get paid for the bridge thing, did we? I mean, that kind of makes sense. So it's going to go just on the other side of the doors here. Yeah, it's going to go right there. And there it is. So it's grayed out. It says East Whittier diesel stand. That's one way you know that you put it in the right spot. And it's already unloading, 29.9 ton. So we'll go ahead and spot it here. I'll just leave the angle cock open. We'll close it off on the loco. We'll dump it out. And there we go. So we've got two jobbies. Let's see, finance, milestones. Yes, we've got two in progress. So the bridge thing, it looks like the next phase is ready to go. 2 of 3. I'm so geeked. I wanna flesh this thing out to Bryson so bad. It's just something I really want to do. So we still got those cars. Can't forget about that. Let's go ahead and hop on down to Ayla and see what's going on with those cars. I mean, did they just disappear? Like what happened with that? I'm assuming not. So we'll control T. Jumping down yonder. Oh my God. Help. Help. Yep. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. So they are indeedly now empty. Look at that. They've been turned out. So yeah, we got to get these suckers back out of here. So the next course of action would obviously be get in the engine, grab the 2 cars coming down to the Ayla house track, grab the passenger car as well, turn those out, and then bring these suckers back, and then we will get that bridge completed at some point. So let's go ahead and go back to our map. And let's try and mess around with some of the AI, because that's kind of what I've been wanting to do a bit of. So you can control these trains remotely. Now, I still don't really understand the crew part, so let's control T it here. Equipment, repair, nope. Operations, train crew, says none. Orders, manual, road, yard. Okay, so we'll leave that. We'll actually go back into this. Finance. Applications, equipment. So there's the 10-wheeler. Train crew still says none. Let's look at crews. No crews configured. Create train crew. We'll name it Deca. Deca boys. There we go. Alright, created train crew Deca boys. Alright, so do we put this in here. So let's go ahead and Control T that again. Wait, hold on. It's not what I wanted. Operations, equipment, car. Train crew. Here we go. Deca Boys. All right. She now has pilots assigned ANRR2 to Deca Boys. So we have got that. So let's see what the orders are. Road. Need to go forward. Max speed 5. So look at that. Look at that. So it's going to come back out of here. It's going to follow this as much as possible. And then I'm going to throw a fusee down here, which will denote that it needs to stop, which is a pretty cool little idea. So there it is. That should be plenty of darn room. We'll throw the speed up a couple more bits. We'll try 15. So this is all AI right now. We do have a crew set in there. So he's obviously up to 15. It's now coasting. So let's see if it stops. He's slowing down. Look at that, man. That is cool as hell. I'm doing nothing. I'm scratching my head. Hands are off the keyboard and mouse. Now, is he going to pull right up to the fusee? Okay, no. So it's quite a good space. So that's not going to work. So we need to pull that back off. And then we'll put it, what is it? Must be like a car length possibly. So we'll put it right there. Let's see where he stops now. All right, so he is done. So we'll go ahead and put the switch back. Now let's see what it does with these cars down here. Okay. So direction reverse, max speed, we'll put it down to 5 for now. We'll get rid of that. And I love the whistle and the bell automatically done as well. That's cool as hell. All right, he's going down to Ayla House track. So, reason being, and I didn't think of this before, but now that the company is obviously expanding, there's a lot more to do. AI crews. You know, getting them to do other stuff while you do the juicy bits or do whatever you want to do, you know. So let's see. Will it stop? Yeah, so it says looking at another train. So let's see. What if we click yard? We'll do 5 car lengths. Can I do that? So I set it to 5 car lengths. So maybe the human needs to do the stuff automatically. All right, it is on there. Let's see, is it gonna... All right, so it got the cars and it stopped, but it's showing that none of the air hoses or anything are connected. So let's see, equipment, car, cut out MU. Ooh, I just now I'm seeing the MU deal. Maybe operations orders. Yeah, maybe I still got to handle the air and all that good stuff. Lace it up. Let's see. Now that should do it, right? So we'll open that. All right, it's set up for road service. We'll try 5 mph. See how she does here. There goes the air. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. This is cool. So let's go down here and make sure our line is set. So I'm going to M for the map. We'll go ahead and set the max speed to 25 miles an hour. we'll go down here to Whittier before we get ran over. There we go. Oh, we're stuck in the map. Holy crap. Yeah, it does some weird stuff sometimes with the morphing. Alright, so we will run past here. We're going to need to get this passenger car so we can fill it with passengers. Let's see how this car is doing while we're at it. Points. Holy cow, man. These guys turn these box cars out quick. Could order like 2 or 3 at a time if they wanted. So yeah, we're going to need to go down here. We'll back up on that. We'll get our passengers happy. They didn't get, well, we got some Ayla to Whittier passengers yesterday, but we didn't get the return trip. So they were probably mighty pissed about that. Hence my 40% drop in rate. Still a ton of oil in that. So we brought it with 8,000 gallons. Let's go ahead and bump it up on down to 30 there. We should see our train coming around the bend. Hopefully nothing unforeseen happens. We'll go ahead and come down here and put a fusee. Is it fusee or fusee? It just looks like a flare to me, man. Let's see. We'll put it about right here because it's kind of finicky about where it stops, right? So we'll put that sucker right there. Where's this train? All right. Here it comes. Look at that, man. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be using some AI. Now, it's probably going to be tough using more than one train because you're going to have to, you know, go around and find the spots that they need to go to and fro, you know, to do their job. So possibly having your AI to start out with anyway, you know, to get your feet wet on passenger service would probably be the best idea. To be honest, probably be the easiest course of action. Let's see, is it going to run all past there? All right, so we'll go ahead and slow it down. We'll go right down to that fusee. We'll go ahead and throw that switcheroo. It dang sure did. It stopped, that's probably like 2 or 3 cars. Alright, fusee in the gauge. It sounds like a band name. Fusee in the gauge. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll switch it to yard ops. And then I think this is what you need to do. So reverse, direction, car lengths. We'll give it 20 for starters. Let's see how that works. So it should come on back. And then if you need to, you can just hit stop. I mean, of course, you're going to have to figure out how long it's going to take to stop. Man, this AI don't mess around either. I thought I got going fast. This thing, holy moly. So the orders are 15 mile an hour. I believe that's irregardless of how many cars. Should be coming around the bend there. Go ahead and walk on down. Slowing down, 10 mile an hour. 9, 8. Half length. Holy shnikes, that was a bit quick. I should have set it to a half length much sooner. That's my fault. Good thing nobody was on board. The poor old ladies. Okay. So we'll go ahead and open that. Oh, it's already open. Man, dingus moved big time. All right, that's already open. We'll go ahead and open this side. We will release the handbrake. And then now, what do you say we go inside and take us a little ride? We go over here and have a seat, or can we? Yeah, I don't know if you can since you've got the. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right, so more yard ops, forwards, 20 cars. Hit it. Hit it, boys. There we go. I think the fusee that's still there and I believe it'll remain until you move it. Will still be plenty of room. That's cool. So this is how you can ride as a passenger if that's your cuppa. You know, if that's your gig, that's what you want to do. Yeah, there's the flare. We can go ahead and tell them to stop. Let's start slowing on down. Let's back up, go ahead and get us our passengers. They probably were none too thrilled. So we'll go ahead and leave it on yard. We'll do a reverse move, 20 cars. There he goes. We'll go get rid of that fusee. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. It's fusee, isn't it? Fusee. That just does not sound right. Alright, we'll run down here just to make sure no shenanigans happen. Let's check that switch. It's good to go. Definitely don't want to run in front of a train like that, but alright, status is clearance orders 15 miles an hour, and we'll stop it right about here. We'll see if we can get it in there like swimwear. Alright, we'll do 2 cars. He's slowing down. He's slowing down. Half a car. Oh, too much, too much, too much, too much. Alright, back to 2 cars. It's going to take some time and patience. Absolutely. It's difficult to judge that for me. So I may just have to rely on like max car amount and then stop, you know. So we'll do this sucker right here. Stop! Alright, now let's go ahead and get our passengers. Let's see. Whittier has 2 cars with unfulfilled way bills. Had to remove cars. House GR1. Oh, is that what we have? I think. All right, equipment. So we're going to Ayla Station, and they are loading. 5 out of 60. So of course, you know, I wouldn't think these places would be super busy, but you know, you start buying a couple of passenger cars, you take a fairly sizable passenger train, it could be quite profitable. I mean, you know, if we're looking at one passenger run, right, and I get $60 out of it for 60 fares, and it's so quick, that's what you get paid for one freight car in an industry. So it's seems about samey same. So we'll get this thing filled up here. 7 passengers waiting. I'm assuming the active waybill thing is the 2 freight cars we have, because they both said Ella House Track. 0 passengers waiting. Good deal. Let's go ahead and click back on this bad boy. Orders. He's ready for the road. He's going forward. We'll start at 10 just to get her moving. He even got his light on. Look at there. And now 45. Okay. We'll do 40. So there's a really gnarly area down here. So we'll let this thing go on. And I'll go and set down my fusee. Jesus. Fusee and Ayla. Words are fun. Word salad. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this down there, and I'll put the fusee down at the end of the station, see if the train stops, of course. And then we got to go back and look at that curve, because that curve is like 30 miles an hour, so we will resume. All right, then I've got my fusee set up just beyond the Ayla station there, down on the left. And the train stopped. I was like, oh no, I thought something was going on, a derailment, something like that. And there was a switch lined against, which was awesome because it shows that the AI, you know, will not have any kind of crazy unforeseen circumstances for the most part. Generally, I guess that's the theory anyway. And the train, sure enough, stopped. And then I got a little command telling me that there was a track. Well, it doesn't say it up here, I don't think. C3, stop for fusée. Yeah, it doesn't say it up here. I thought it did. Anyway, so we got the train coming. He's going 40 miles an hour. We'll go ahead and go up to that crazy curve there. Here comes the train. That's the beginning of the curve. So go ahead and hit Control T. That'll move us on the map. T for transporte. And then, wait a minute. Yeah, we're facing the right way. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we should see that train any minute now. Let's see how it plays out. It's going 30. Oh, it's actually slowing down. Hold up. Does it know to slow down for these speed boards? Bridges, crossings, things of that nature? I hear it coming. Here come the Deca boys. Stupid name. I need to come up with a better name. It's the best I had at the moment. I heard it coming. I heard it chugging. All right, so we need to slow that track speed. Or do we? No, he's doing the track speed on his own. Wow. Muy inteligente AI. Muy. All right, we'll Control T back to there. We'll spin around. So I still got to figure out where to place these fusées. So I'll put it way up here, just in front of the crossing, right? So we know the train, or the locomotive anyway, is going to stop at least like 2 to 3 cars outside the fusée. So we'll get up here. That thing should be coming around the bend any moment. And we'll sit here and wait for old dear Aunt Martha in her Sunday best to come around the bend and get off. Should be coming any minute. Now, if I just drag the speed down, will it stop? I hear it chug-a-lugging. Drop it down another. So it should slow down on its own, right? Because of the fusée. There's 25 mile an hour. 20, 15, 10, 5. Yeah, we're going too fast, guys. So it stopped pretty far down. Okay, so now we need to go to yard. We're going to go to reverse, and we'll say 1 car. That should be about enough, right? Oh, we got 50. That's 50 bucks. 50 smackers. Let's see, it's slowing down already. Is this enough? We're kind of on the platform. It is. Hot diggity dog. All right. So, yes, now the passengers are disembarking. Holy crap, guys. This is big news. And what are you doing over here, dude? Let's go get in here. Yeah, this is big news, guys. So I am eager now. Because it's just, you know, double your pleasure, double your fun kind of thing. You know, we're going to be able to manually work and then have an AI train, maybe do passengers just to keep stuff happy as far as that. But I think we're in it now, guys. I think that's going to be it for now, though. I'm going to leave it here. And then, of course, in the next video, hopefully we'll have phase 2 and 3 of the bridge. I'm going to work on some of this off screen and get that thing done. And then we will see the bridge being complete, and we'll take that journey into Bryson together. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm geeked about what's to come here. This is getting very good with the AI. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.